This treacherous island is in the Bay of Bengal about 22 miles west of Wandoor, a town in South Andaman Island. It takes up about 23 square miles in total. Coral reefs surround North Sentinel Island and it's covered in forest. But don't let the tropical allure of this place fool you into going there. The people who inhabit the island are a far cry from the civilization that we're accustomed to. The Sentinelese have rejected contact with the outside world and use brutality to make sure nobody goes near their island. In 1867, a ship crashed near North Sentinel, and the survivors went to the beach where they had to defend themselves from the natives before they were eventually rescued.
Wow. You know what? Good for them. I feel like if they're happy where they are, they can survive where they are. They've got all they need. They don't need any outsiders coming through and telling them how to live their lives. Why not just stay there and be happy without the hustle and bustle of modern living? I'm sure they have no idea what they're missing out on, but they know it's not worth changing what they've already got. So, heck yeah. Keep it up, folks.
It's located in Lincoln County, Nevada. The name Area 51 was used by the CIA in a document during the time of the Vietnam conflict. The area surrounding the field is called Restricted Area 4808 North. The main purpose of the base isn't publicly known, but it's most likely used for weapon systems and aircraft testing. Since everything that happens at this site is top secret, sensitive, compartmented information that remains a mystery to most civilians, people have developed conspiracy theories over the years. The most common speculation is that Area 51 is home to alien research. Many people believe that government workers at the base examine fallen alien spacecraft and other UFOs.
Yeah. Love Area 51. Whatever happened with the raid? Was that successful? Was it close to successful? How close did people get? How many folks were Naruto running, whipping, and nay-naying their way in? Didn't Mason Ramsey have something to do with that? Lil Nas X? I don't know. I mean, Area 51 is such a classic place that is impossible to explore. But you've got to wonder whether the folks behind the scenes there have decided to hightail it out of there and reestablish their alien Illuminati research lab in a more covert location now that everyone has decided that Area 51 is the top secret place to be. Boom. What do you think it is? Aliens? You think it's really aliens? Do you think maybe it's the SCP Foundation? That's where they're operating out of. They've got all their anomalies under one roof. Could have some really cool technology. Could have some really futuristic stuff. But I'm sure if you got anywhere near, one of the guards would shoot you with a gun. Hello everybody and welcome back to Top 10 Central Dark, your place for all things horror. I'm your host Keegan Hughes and these are the top 10 scary places you should never explore. Not even if Randonautica takes you there. Let's see if any of these are explorable. And if they are, how should we get there? Let's get to it.
Yungas Road is located in Bolivia, linking the city of La Paz to the greater Yungas region.
Oh, Yungas.
Del camino de mulas al camino de automóviles.
Chillingly nicknamed the Road of Death, Yungas Road was famous for its complete lack of safety precautions. The road itself is very thin, which doesn't allow for many mistakes. There are no guardrails, the slopes are steep, and the area is regularly hit by heavy rain and fog cover, making travel an extremely dangerous expedition.
Yeah, that gives me feelings that I don't like. I have enough trouble driving on roads with guardrails over big hills, big cliffs, big valleys, big mountains. But this, with the erosion that could happen at any given time, with the rainfall, it's called Death Road. I'd say stay away unless totally necessary. I think I'd feel more safe on a mule than I would on a car on that road.
You can probably guess what occupies Snake Island. Ilha da Queimada Grande is a small 106-acre island located off the southeastern corner of Brazil.
Birds on Snake Island.
Inhabited by untold number of snakes, who became trapped on the island once rising sea levels cut it off from the mainland. It remains the only place on Earth to host the endangered golden lancehead, a highly venomous pit viper that devours birds.
And when showers roll in, birds dive under the canopy of the forest, looking for shelter.
It's estimated that up to 4,000 golden lanceheads reside on the island. Snake Island cannot be visited by citizens, both to protect the endangered snakes from prying eyes and the humans from becoming snake victims.
Yep. Yeah, I'd say that second one's pretty important considering how dumb people are. I like that Snake Island is an island full of snakes, you know, kind of like how Monster Island is an island full of monsters. Although it is a misnomer, Monster Island is a peninsula. This seems to be an island though, which is nice. I'm glad they got it right. Full of those golden lancehead snakes. I mean, that's pretty sick to have just a big old group of pit vipers hanging out, one island, all to themselves. This is like an equally hard to visit island as that one we were discussing earlier, the tropical one with the people who did not want outsiders coming in. The snakes are just like that. I feel like the snakes are living their best lives, eating birds, hanging out, being venomous, and any people that show up are just ruining the vibe. The end.
The suitably named Chillingham Castle is certainly chilling all right.
Is it haunted? I've heard that it's haunted.
I mean, the whole castle is wonderfully haunted, and we're very happy with...
Wonderfully haunted?
They're happy with
Is that what he
us.
said?
So you're not at all bothered by the ghosts,
No, we're not.
supposed ghosts that are here?
They're not supposed, they're all for real.
Located in northern Northumberland, this medieval castle dates back to the 12th century, when it served as a monastery. It was even visited by King Edward I of England in the late 13th century, when he was traveling to fight William Wallace. It's said to be the most haunted castle in all of Britain.
Cool. I like haunts. And this guy doesn't seem too bothered at all. He's just hanging out. He's like, yeah, no, the ghosts are real, and they're my friends. I mean, he is the authority, right? Although this lady in the leather trench coat, like, she is dressed for the occasion. She understood the assignment. Showed up to the haunted castle, absolutely decked out. Like, just saying that there's ghosts here is one thing, but giving me an account of the ghosts. I want to know a specific ghost that lives here, how they died, why they stuck around, what noises they make. Do they bump in the night?
In the Pacific Ocean about 12 miles southeast of Lord Howe Island. It's the remnants of a shield volcano, and it's 1,844 feet high, 3,600 feet long, and 980 feet across. Ball's Pyramid is the world's largest volcanic stack. Lieutenant Henry Lidberg Ball reportedly discovered it in 1788. However, it wasn't until 1965 that somebody climbed to the top of Ball's Pyramid successfully. In 1982, a law was put in place that prevented people from scaling the jagged formation. 8 years later, they began allowing some people to ascend the pyramid under precise conditions.
Isn't this also, like, this is a volcano, but isn't there also snakes on here? Like near the base, there's just like so many poisonous snakes. Maybe I'm mixing this up with another island with a volcano on it, but yeah, that is, again, a doozy, a double whammy of things you don't want. It's a very tall volcano, it's active, and could erupt and murder you. And then there's snakes on it. Poisonous ones, probably. That's what I remember anyway. I could be totally wrong. But again, why would you travel out to the middle of nowhere to climb this enormous volcano when you could just do literally anything else?
They're a group of desolate volcanic Antarctic islands. The total area they encompass is about 144 square miles. Hemi was discovered in the middle of the 19th century and became an Australian territory in 1947. They house the last two active volcanoes in the country. They experience strong winds that average 16.2 to 20.8 miles per hour at Atlas Cove. However, there are records of winds reaching upwards of 110 miles per hour. Heard Island is home to numerous telluric environments in which a variety of vegetation grows. There are approximately 7 known communities for this array of plant life, and Heard Island is the most sizable sub-Antarctic island that doesn't have any human-introduced vegetation.
All right, volcanoes and heavy winds. Although the veggies sound kind of nice, you know, that classic non-human introduced vegetation. Whatever survives there has got to be real hardy, you know. It's got to be real strong. You just put some hair on your chest, some meat in your bones, you know. Otherwise, yeah, it doesn't sound like a great place to visit nor explore. Because if a volcano blows up, you're getting toasted, and if the winds pick up, you're getting blowsted, which means blown away.
It was built by a local ruler for his son Madho Singh in 1573 and once stood as an architectural marvel. During ancient times, it was a flourishing town consisting of as many as 10,000 residents. The sprawling fort complex includes various temples, public chambers, marketplaces, and mansions, as well as a royal palace. There are several old myths surrounding what happened to Banghar Fort.
Sounds like fun.
One version holds that an extremely
myths.
austere religious man called Ascetic cursed the site after he realized that it was so big it would cast a shadow on his property. Back in the day, that was completely unacceptable, since shadows on your home are bad luck and symbolized overpowering your property.
So what was the curse, though? That's what I want to know. All I heard is that this place was pretty sweet, and then an old dude got pissed that it was casting a shadow on his home, so he cursed it. What was the curse? I just want to go hang out there now. I feel like the curse might even be worth it, you know? If this old man really cursed it hardcore. Like, it was so big, I'm sure he couldn't have cursed all of it. I just want to go hang out, you know? It looks nice. Looks real nice. I guess forts tend to be haunted with the souls of dead soldiers, but otherwise, I think it sounds like a good time overall.
It was a temple dedicated to Pluto, the Roman god of death
not the small
and ruler
planet.
of the underworld. Ancient writings describe this place as a portal to the underworld filled with lethal vapors. People once gathered at the temple and watched as bulls were led into a cave to their deaths, a sacrifice to the hungry god. The creatures' pained screams could be heard until they fell to the floor with a thud and thereafter went silent, allegedly proving that Pluto's breath had killed them. The Greek geographer Strabo wrote, "This space is full of a vapor so misty and dense that one can scarcely see the ground. Any animal that passes inside meets instant death." Until relatively recently, experts didn't know how animals died at Plato's Gate.
Wow, that sounds like walking into a vape store. Boom, deadly vapors. just sending a bunch of animals to their death as an event. Sounds like fun. All right, all of you, useful creatures, into the cave of death you go, and then we'll cheer because Pluto breathed his vape breath on you and you all died. Good night. I wonder what the real reason is. I'm sure it's something to do with like a lack of oxygen or maybe some sort of poisonous deposit. Who knows?
In a small town outside Prague, there is a church adorned with the skeletons of at least 40,000 people. Assembled in the 1800s, each bone was stacked by a single woodcarver. The bones are of people who wanted to be buried on holy land, and this peaceful chapel is their final resting place.
The Sedlec ossuary is located below the Cemetery of All Saints in Sedlec, Czech Republic, and it contains the skeletons of up to 70,000 people. The bones are artistically arranged to form various attractions and furnishings, including a chandelier composed of every bone in the human body.
So they wanted to be buried on holy land. I'm not so sure this is what they signed up for. It's sick, don't get me wrong, it's freaking wicked. But you're like, yes, I'd like to be buried on holy land. And then you're like, you get your skeleton disassembled and reassembled into chandeliers and ornaments. That's awesome. There's a lot of bones in there. By a single woodcarver too. This dude had vision. Or dudette. This person had vision. This woodcarver had vision. They were ready to rock with all of these bones. That's neat. I actually do want to explore there. That would be an experience and a half. And that is all the time we have for today, folks. I hope you found some new places to put on your bucket list. Hopefully not Snake Island. Hopefully this bone depository. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know if you want to visit anywhere that I said not to visit. Make sure you stick around for some bloopers. I always say something questionable. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. And we're back with some scared places you should never explore. Hopefully you heard all that. It's time. Oh, I miss having a co-host. Oh. It's Antarctic. I hope she met a ghost and they became friends, and the ghost is like, hey, sick jacket, and then the ghost is wearing like some medieval pea coat or something. I don't know what medieval fashion is called, but she's like, yeah, sick jacket too. This has become a very ridiculous bit that I've really committed myself to. Apologies to everyone involved. I'd probably just go careening over the side and blow up, like action movie style. Be a fun way to go, I'm sure. Make some headlines, but I'd rather not fly off a cliff in a car, you know? Oh boy. Well, I'm not going in there. I don't vape. Don't hit that 50 nick. No way. Never owned a Juul. Maybe there's just a guy waiting in there named Vapors. That's how they got away with it. They're like, yeah, this cave's got poisonous vapors in it, and that's the guy's name. His name is Poisonous Vapors. He's standing there with a hammer and nail for each cow's forehead.